Hello, class. This is part three of our industrial revolution, or excuse me, our industrialization and capitalism lectures, History 105 online. This is Professor Hasselman again. And in this section, we're going to be talking about the textile industry and one of the leading industries in England during the time that really pushed England into the industrial revolution. So, one of the reasons why the Industrial Revolution occurred was because of a global demand for cotton cloth, which was enormous at the time, cotton cloth. It was prompted by huge potential profits, and British entrepreneurs financed new ways of spinning and weaving cotton. And in the textbooks, you learn over and over again several of the different inventions of the time. So we're going to go through several of them here and kind of talk a little bit about what they allowed to occur. So the invention. So here we go. So in 1733, a gentleman by the name of John Kay invented the flying shuttle, enabling a single weaver to work twice as fast. What a flying shuttle is it's this piece of wood with string wrapped around it that flies back and forth between the different strings of a loom. If you're interested, you can do a search online for flying shuttle and seeing how a powered loom works during this time period. In the mid 1760s, another gentleman by the name of James Hargreaves, invented the spinning jenny, a spinning machine that made it possible for a single weaver to work 6 to 8 threads at a time instead of just one at a time. So already by the 1760s, you're able to weave, 6 to 8 times faster. In 1769, Richard Arkwright invented the water frame that used water power from fast-moving streams to drive spinning machines. So now we're not relying on a foot pedal to move something or human power. We're relying on nature and the constant movement of water. We're controlling it now to allow us to industrialize. In 1779, Samuel Crompton invented a spinning machine called the mule that combined the best features of the spinning jenny and the water frame to produce thread that was stronger, finer, and more uniform than earlier spinning machines. In 1785, Edmund Cartwright invented a power loom that used water power to dramatically speed up weaving. And in 1793, Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, making it possible to efficiently remove seeds from the cotton fiber. So instead of one person taking hours and hours and hours of removing the seed from cotton, now we had a machine that can do it hundreds of times faster. As a result of these contributions, technological improvements, the output of cotton fiber from the British textile factories rose from 40 million yards in 1785 to more than 2 billion yards in 1850, a huge leap forward in the production of textiles. Now, as time went by, we became more and more efficient in the way we produced power. And in 1769, James Watt patented the first steam engine. And there's a photograph of it here above this railroad here at the bottom here. There's an old-fashioned carriage railway. But here's James Watt's patented steam engine. The steam engine rapidly replaced water power in British textile factories, and steam power played a key role in boosting iron production a little later on. And then the final major invention during this time period was the development of the railroad. This is the early railroad. We get another industrialization in Europe during the 19th and the early 20th century with the new railroad. But this first railroad, steam power enabled inventors to build railroad locomotives. English entrepreneurs wanted a railroad line to connect the port of Liverpool with the inland city of Manchester, the heart of the spinning and weaving industry. The Liverpool-Manchester Railway opened in 1830. By 1850, Britain had over 6,000 miles of railroad tracks. Railroads, of course, had the following far-reaching effects during this time period. They stimulated further industrial growth. They created regional and national markets for agricultural and industrial goods. They reduced the cost of shipping freight, and they promoted, in fact, leisure travel, which was very important during the Industrial Revolution as more of the middle class is starting to rise up and to accumulate wealth and invest in factories, and they're able to go out and spend money now, which later in the 19th century develops a consumer society as well. But hopefully, this was a good review of the textile industry and look at the several of the inventions. In our next section, we're going to be looking at the further implications of the Industrial Revolution, especially the social effects of the Industrial Revolution.